Hey metalheads, welcome to a new battle of the bands. Which song and which bands, really?
We're gonna have Stormbringer, Deep Purple versus Grand Magus.
Ooh, the Deep Purple.
Yeah.
Just saying those two words makes me happy.
Yeah, and I'm super excited about this battle. I think it's gonna be a close one. So we have...
The unknown card is, obviously not the Deep Purple, is Grand Magus.
Yeah, Grand Magus. So they've been around for about 20 years. They were formed in '96 around the Stockholm area. And I found this cover by digging into Grand Magus for a band review. That
I know several people recommended that in like as a part of a Doom genre.
Yeah, exactly. That's
right?
what it was. That's what it was. So people recommended the Grand Magus as part of when I was asking about Doom, and so I've been listening to some Grand Magus, and I'm still digging into them, but I found they did a cover of
You found this cover, yeah.
Stormbringer, which is not necessarily one of their most famous songs, so it comes from the Mark III lineup of the band, and it's from '74. It's the title track off of Stormbringer, which is not necessarily received as the best
album of all times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's more mellow, but Stormbringer rocks. It's very kind of like spacey, I think. And before we get into it, I will just say that I was looking into why did Grand Magus cover this. And it is a... instead of how we were talking about with Necropolis, Manila Road, and Visigoth, which was more like, to play something for live, this is really a heartfelt cover in the sense
connection.
That... So I watched, the lead singer for Grand Magus is called Jan Kristofferson, and he said that it was his older brother, when he was 5 years old, had the album, and he was like, transfixed on the album cover, and he heard it, and he said like that's the song that got him into rock, and that they would play this song during their what is it called, like sound checks,
warm-ups.
So they said it was natural for him to cover it. It's very much a personal cover in that sense. So
that makes it probably even better.
Yeah, he's very happy, and there was they had to bring in a keyboardist, Per, I forget his last name, but he's from Opeth. Came in to do that.
Oh God!
Per Weberg or something like that.
I don't ever remember.
Because Grand Magus only has 3 guys, the power trio. So let's hear first the Deep Purple version from 1974 Stormbringer. This I actually pulled from, I think, a documentary about them or something. So there is a bit of footage in terms of like kind of Deep Purple playing in their glory days.
Always a pleasure, I have to say.
So let's watch this. Again, it comes off some kind of official documentary, but let's check out Stormbringer, the original.
Stormbringer dance on the thunder again. Dark cloud gathers.
energy.
Come on. Find me a person who cannot like that song.
I know. This is amazing. Sometimes I feel like we can switch this channel to be like a 70s, 80s channel.
Yeah.
And it
It's
will
so
not
good.
suffer. I love this. David Coverdale, when in his glory days, before turning into a ballad machine.
And I forgot to mention that it is also falls into perhaps my favorite metal genre lyrically, which is about some creature, whether that's a shadow maker or a
exactly.
sentinel or a nightcrawler, painkiller, that wreaks havoc upon innocent folk. The Stormbringer.
Oh, I love this. It's so long. I'm a big fan, as maybe not everyone knows, but you know, of this kind of music. Like Led Zeppelin is my absolute home base, but Deep Purple is a good second in terms of my growing up musically. So every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, how cool is that? How smooth is that sound?
And those spacey elements.
Yeah.
That is so 70s. Like,
Yeah. John Lord, the best man ever on keys. I mean, really, not the ever, but he's there with the best of ever having existed. So it's so cool to listen to this. And I just cannot begin to understand how can anyone make a cover of this.
Especially someone who has a, kind of doom metal. It's not, I can already say, it's not going to be a Lord Belial, it's not a huge deviation from the song, but it's a different interpretation. So let's hear it.
I'm curious. Grand Magus.
Grand Magus Stormbringer.
And that's a modern, like a recent.
It comes off of their 2016 album, Sword
2016.
Songs. And the first cover that they've done. Again, chosen for a very homage
Personal
type
reason.
of,
Cool.
type of reason. So let's hear it.
Gathering, breaking the day. No point running 'cause it's calling away.
Very nice cover.
Grand Magus delivers on the
Definitely.
Stormbringer
Oh,
cover.
yes. Very nice cover. Like it very much. I liked the voice. It was definitely on par, like with the original. And the keys were very good, even though different.
Yeah.
So I like that.
I checked it during the video. It is Per Wiberg, or you can say it in Swedish maybe.
Viberg.
Wiberg. Yeah, so yeah.
From Opeth.
From Opeth, formerly. So brought on to assist with this cover.
Yeah, they needed the keys. They cannot
needed the
cover
keys.
this. I mean, if they wanted to be true to the original. What I did find slightly, different and noticeably different in the Grand Magus is the distort pedal on the rhythm guitar. It's like this kind of constant sound in the background, which is the doomy, I guess, element. But because I am not always the hugest fan of that distortion, I am going to give my vote for, among other things, just because I like Richie Blackmore's guitar play slightly better, but I'm going to give my vote to the original, to the Purple. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Grand Magus. I think if I had to reach for two of them, I would choose the Grand Magus version. I think they just... It takes like the Deep Purple song. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
But then they bring it more into the sound that I like, which is that kind of metal, heavy metal sound. So they
make it more metal.
They improve it. Yeah, it's like I think of the one with the battle we did with Primal Fear, Die Young.
Yeah.
It's a similar thing. Is that they take something that's awesome already and they make it more awesome in my book by making it more in tune with modern sounds, I would say, but also like more heavy.
I guess it's heavier, and I guess it says something about me that I'm even in that battle, as in this one, I went with the 70s original or the older version because I actually like the other sound ultimately.
Yeah, and I love how they kept the spacey.
Yeah, the keys are wonderful. Yeah. I really enjoyed it in both versions.
Well done cover. Well
Definitely.
Done. That's what a cover should
That's what
be,
the cover should be, exactly. Really great job. And I'm hoping you will do a band review for Grand Magus. Personally, I hope you guys too.
Yeah. Hit me with some recommendations for Grand Magus. They're a cool band, and I picked up some of this material by watching a track by track that the singer, I just have to double check his name, Janne Kristofferson had done. He's out in the woods somewhere in Sweden just talking track by track through the Sword Songs album. And he just seems like a cool dude, you know?
I definitely will check them out as well. You opened the door, and I think it's very interesting whatever they're up to because I enjoy very much the voice of Grand Magus version. But yeah, great battle, really awesome, guys. Let us know what you think. Who is your winner? Who is your pick?
Who's your vote? Let us know in the comments.
And if you have any other suggestions of battles along these lines as well, like older bands.
I like 70s, 80s versus today. I like that.
So if you come up with anything, we'll definitely be up to bring it on the channel. But yeah, until then,
may your swords stay sharp.
And your quest end in glory.